So hey there everyone, and welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a few. My name's Rich, I'm the channel host, and 9 times out of 10 what you're going to find here is information about doing drone work, doing imaging work, and specifically we do a lot of work for drone construction progression reporting, showing off new builds, whether it's single family residentials or large multifamily complexes or warehouses. It's one of our specialties, so we talk about that a lot here. We also offer several classes online, and you can actually check that out down in the show notes below. And so what are we talking about today? Well, we went out to fly one of our favorite client projects. The project is basically wrapping up, but it looks like we might have one or two more flights as the property owners have an interest in having us do some more video work and some other imaging work for them as well. So they've been very happy with our progress and our work with them. And we started this project actually back in November of 2019 was when we first got together to talk about the project. And we officially started doing flights for the clients in January of 2020. So we've been documenting this new ranch build out for nearly 2 years. There were some delays here and there. At first, we took off at a really rapid pace and the ranch was developing quickly. Then COVID hit, and then some supply issues hit, and also availability of contractors. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to go ahead and switch up screens here. So today we went out to refly the site to do another time-lapse orthomosaic, some time-lapse videos, time-lapse stills, 360 tour, and just some standard imaging for the customers as well. So we went out there today and got back here, and I've already started offloading things, but I'm going to grab our orthomosaic that was generated from today's flight data. So right here, what we're looking at is actually a Geotiff, and this is the half of the property. This is about 20 of the 40 acres, and they are doing a high-end horse ranch here, which has been pretty incredible to document the whole time. Now I'm just going to zoom in here really quick, so we're not fully zoomed in, and this isn't the full-sized ortho image. We can actually export something much larger. By the way, for those of you who've been on the channel for a while, just to answer your questions, this ortho was produced with WebODM, so that's what we used to produce 2D and 3D model of this location. We flew this with a Mavic 2 Pro and an iPad mini with Ground Station Pro for doing the ortho. And the remaining work that we were doing, both video and stills, we utilized an iPhone 8 with the Litchi app with some pre-programmed flights that we had. So there you go. That's what we were using on this particular one for today. And I was also using this as part of one of our new online courses that's going to be launching in a couple of weeks. And it's a drone progression workflow series. So we teach people about everything we do when we're dealing with new construction sites, from the client contact through to the completion and delivery of products to the clients. So one of the things that came out today, we were talking with the property owner, and we've been working with them for quite a while. We got some really nice compliments from them today. So it's always nice to hear that our work is appreciated. But the property owner gave us a story that we didn't know about until literally today. So this project, like I said, has had some delays, and sometimes delays can really mess things up on you. Just moving the downloads folder over here really quick for you. Because what I want to do is we're just going to drag from November of 2020. I am dragging another ortho. Oh, that didn't work out so well. I did not mean to layer them this way. So let's close this one really quick, and then let's open the other one. So we can align these as well, but these are two big different things going on today. So back in November of 2020, the client advised us before we came out to the property, they were out of state, that there was a lot of ditch work that had been done on the property recently. So a lot of digging for putting conduits throughout the property. So both water conduits and electrical conduits. And apparently a problem came up some time ago that they didn't let me know about. I wish they had. I could have saved them some more time. But one of their junctions, it was either electrical or water. I can't remember. I was focusing on some of the job we were doing. Jody was having conversation with the property owner, so I was following along halfway. Bottom line, something was not connected properly in one of the conduit areas, and everything had been buried back. Now, when we came out in November, we couldn't drive into the property because there was a big wide ditch right in here where the mouse is. So you can see some of the ditch work, some of the digging work around the property. Here is a long run right in here. But so a problem came up, something didn't turn on, and they weren't sure where in the conduits the issue was. The property owner remembered, hey, when AZ Drone sends him information, we also send them all of the information that went into making the ortho. So that means 335 still images over the entire property overlapping. And what the property owner did was he went back into our November folder where the ortho images were stored for him on Dropbox. And he found the general area that they believed the issues were going on, printed out several of the images and overlaid them on a desk with some other contractors. The person who messed this up, of course, was off the job at this point, so no longer working for them, but they had to figure out where this was. And with the data that we provided to the customer, they were able to identify the most likely area, not have to dig all over the property, and actually deal with the junction issues where those areas were trenched before. So everything had been covered up and closed up, and it sounded like coming up for an inspection of one thing or another, they realized there was an issue and that there was a disconnect, and they utilized all those ortho images to actually find it. So drone construction progression reporting really does work. It adds value and can also save customers time, effort, man hours when an issue like this comes up. Now, we're not survey engineers, we're, nothing like that. We're drone operators, but the imagery and the models that we can put together can give clients a really good reference point. Now, several months ago with another client, we actually did a walkthrough of the interior of a new home under construction, and we built 360-degree virtual tour through the interior of the building where the walls weren't closed up yet. So you could see where the power conduits were. You could see where the water was coming in and where the piping was going through. You could see where the sewage was going out and connecting to the city sewer. So those clients had wanted that because they wanted to know where the power was in the walls, where the conduits were in the walls. Down the road, if any issues come up, burst pipe behind a wall, for instance, um, they know right where to get in. Of course, if there's water pouring out of somewhere, they're probably going to know too. But this generates a lot of additional reference material. Just think about, like that house issue. If some kind of major leak or something happened, or power failure and power conduit issues for insurance purposes, having this as a reference is a great thing to have. So if you're working with clients who are, on the fence as to whether or not, hey, would this construction progression reporting work for us? What's it going to do other than just show us month to month? Well, here is a fantastic example of utilizing one of the data sets that we sent along to help resolve a problem and get things back on track for the property. So it was an absolutely awesome story to hear. And I feel pretty proud that we're part of helping them out, to finish off this ranch and to have everything done exactly the way they need it done. So with all that said, I'm going to be hopping off of here now. I need to get back to work on the data that we collected today and start assembling their next progression report for them. And in addition to that, I then need to take some of this material to add into our new drone progression reporting workflow class that we're building up. We're here at the end of March 2022. And I would say now that we got to collect data today that we're using for this class at this location, that we should see that class launch within the next 2 weeks. We've already got people beta testing the class. We're getting feedback. And a big part of the class is actually this project, following the project from the start to the end. Just to show you, I'll pull up one more item here. So our initial start was January of 2020. Let's go ahead and open this one. So this is an Orthomosaic from back in January 2020. You can see the little snow patches all over the place. And you might recognize the overall layout of this because it's the same flight path that we've used every single time, utilizing Ground Station Pro, so that we get the same results over and over again for a true before and after feel as the project progressed. So there we go. So we're going to be assembling this final version for them probably in the next couple of months. And we're going to showcase from January 2020 to the final completion of this ranch. All right, everyone, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for hanging out. Be sure to like and subscribe down below, and then you'll get notified when we put up new videos here on YouTube. Also, down below, you'll see links to our classes and to our Patreon group as well. So, if you'd like to help support the channel in any other ways, a purchase of one of our classes or becoming one of our patrons can always help us out, and it's greatly appreciated. Plus, the Patreon community is a pretty active community that we have, and we do regular Zoom conferences 3 to 4 times a month. Plus, we do insider information that never hits YouTube or any of our classes as well. All right, everyone, we'll see you again real soon, and have a great end to your week.